Coach, your group hasn't had much time at home recently. To just get at least two this time to build in some routine and comfort as your group's trying to build consistency. How big can that be in that regard?
I mean, it's good to get home for a day and a half and then play one and then get out again. But, we understand the circumstances. And so being home and being able to go through a morning shoot around, the routine, guys get back in their schedule, the recovery they need, sleep in your own bed. I think it's all great to get back here for the moment to be able to be around our home crowd as well.
Jace was upgraded to available a little bit ago, just to have him back. I know he only missed one game, but at a time where bodies are thin, just how does that help you guys?
A lot, having bodies.
We saw Noah on Wednesday, guard Cam Thomas, and then switch back on the bigger guy, and then back on. Obviously, that's a big reason why you guys drafted him, but how valuable is that to have as a player and the versatility that it gives you?
I think it's great. You have different matchups. One moment he's guarding a McCollum, then he's guarding, Porter Jr., then he's guarding a big. In the Denver game when we were out there, he ended up on Joker a few possessions. So I think being able to guard multiple positions is a great luxury to have, in Noah.
The Greater Orlando Sports Commission announced yesterday it's bidding for the 2030 All-Star Game. I know that's a long way away and you're focused on tonight, but just to have the idea of the All-Star Game potentially coming back to Orlando in the future, just what would that mean for the city and Orlando?
Oh, I think it'd be incredible. I think it for the city, for the fans, for the game, what Orlando brings, the community that it has here, how we support the game. I think it'd be fantastic, for this community to be able to get that bid.
How you doing, Coach?
I'm great.
Anthony Black is used on both ends so much. How do you help him balance that energy and effort throughout the game where he's utilized as a primary defender, third most of any guard in the league, and also asked to do so much offensively to create off and on the ball?
Yeah, I think it's a heavy weight for him to carry, and just being able to pick and choose those times. He's a young guy, so he can, kind of manage that a little bit. He's doing a great job taking care of his body. I think it's those moments that you pick and choose the times that you're attacking downhill, creating for others, and then defensively, it's always going to be the all-out effort, which he continues to give to guard multiple positions at times.
Jamahl, it's been a while since you guys have won back-to-back games. It's fun for us to be able to say, win, loss, and look at it that way. What's your perspective on it, and having a chance to start a win streak tonight?
I see it the same way you all do. I'd like to put a couple more together in a row as well. Playing good basketball in moments, and then finding a way at times to not let it cycle the other direction. And so our guys being able to bounce back is always the right thing, but you'd like to be able to string a couple more together, and I think that just comes with the consistency of how we continue to play for 48 minutes.
Hey, Coach, this Sixers team has obviously come together health-wise a lot more since when you saw them earlier in the year. Just what has most stood out to you in that regard as far as what they're kind of trying to put together right now?
Well, I think, those guys being out help some of the other guys that are stepping in moments. I think, McCain being able to get back while, other guys were out, Paul George being out, and then Edgecombe being able to step in. It's given these guys a level of confidence when they're out there that they each feel they can be starting. And so when, you go to their bench, there's no real drop-off because each one of those guys has felt what it's like to be a starter and the confidence that you have to possess when you step on that floor. And so I think them clicking right now is at a pretty high level.
Tyrese Maxey, speaking about that, Tyrese Maxey's kind of an MVP candidate this season, at least playing like it. When you guys played him the first time, they were without Embiid and Edgecombe. How does he sort of stress the defense, and what advantages can the Sixers get from having him and Embiid and Edgecombe on the floor? And what do you guys need to do to stop them tonight?
Yeah, I think they create major problems because of his speed, because of his shooting ability, his ability to get downhill, attack the basket and get fouled. That creates a problem right away because you have to shift and load the defense to him. And then once you've shifted and loaded and he moves it, now you're closing out to an Edgecombe who's explosive, can shoot the ball, attack the rim. And then if you don't have that close out there, now you're throwing the ball to Embiid, who now creates a matchup nightmare in the way he's able to get to the free throw line. So following the game plan, knowing how you're doing it without fouling, being smart on how you close out, knowing who you're closing out to, but just creating a 1 versus 5 mentality each time one of those guys touches the basketball.
Coach, we're right in the middle of the season now, and like defensively, your numbers just don't compare to last year, up and down the board. What do you see as the factors?
Yeah, I think there's probably a few. I think there's been moments where we've turned it over, and that's created, transition baskets on the other end. So it's looking, transition baskets are one. We've got to continue to do a better job of finishing possessions out with the rebound. I think that's a big key right there. And then because of the speed of the game, our ability to sit down and guard, keeping guys in front, that's a high priority. We have moments of doing it, but being able to do it consistently for 48 is going to be the key as we, walk in that second half of the season.
All right. Thank you, Coach Mosley.
Thank you. Appreciate it.